Hey guys, Stealth here. In this 10v10 I'm going naval. It's a Chinese naval deck, and that means that I have a lot of units in my naval tab, mostly ships, and my goal is to take over this area. First off, I'm going to use my helicopter-borne command infantry, and with that I'm going to land those right here on this island. There's a small strip of land where you can land troops, both infantry like command infantry, and maybe some vehicles. So you can use those later on in the woods to put up a defensive barrier. I'm holding my points for now. It's a low point tactical game, so we don't have a lot of income. And what I want to do is deploy a couple of Jiangyu 3s. With those I should be able to deploy a solid anti-ship missile defense with a defense for my own ships. So I can take down possibly a Congo or anything else that they bring in. And now it's just waiting. I'm here with 420. I've played with him before. And some of the other guys, well, I may have seen them before. I think I've seen Comrade Russ in a game sometime. Let's see, on Blue 4. Not really. Nope, does not ring a bell. Of course, you got the standard unit spam here. We got a lot of forces going north, which is a good sign because you want to get both Chariton, Jot and Leonard under your control. Over here on the left, we got some people going that way. We got Panic Merchant this way. Maybe he's gonna go naval as well, but he hasn't put a marker down. I'm just hoping he's gonna get that CV moving quickly. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Interesting that he's using a Type 59 command tank, by the way. You don't see a lot of these. The sooner that commander arrives, the sooner I can start to bring in forces. Now the other forces that I have are mostly helicopter-borne. Of course the infantry is helicopter-borne to make sure that if I want to land somewhere unexpectedly, I don't have to rely purely on my naval tab. I can also use other stuff like the infantry and the airborne. So everything flies in, and if I want to capture this town, for example, or later on this command zone, I can do that with all of these troops. I don't have to rely on those guys being mechanized and then trying to go all the way around. Now my fleet or my naval section has been opened, so we're going to deploy 3 Jiangyus. And Rock Callahan has surrendered, that's a NATO guy. Not sure why though, because no points have been lost. I don't think any blood's been spilled. Now the rest of my deck, I do have some tanks, but they're mostly just support. You cannot really get any high-end tanks for China anyway, and especially not if you're using a naval deck. Other units I have in here is reconnaissance, a couple of Li Rens and a high number of those, so I can deploy those across the island here. Got some vehicles, including some recordless rifles, and these things are surprisingly capable units. Got some ATGM vehicles in here. In the air tab I got mostly stuff that can support my ships. So I got a couple of air superiority fighters, Su-27 SKs, some Q-5Ds to make sure that I can precision bomb some stuff, Q-51s, mostly because I still had a slot left in my deck. And with these you can do quick rocket attacks on any target that you like. They take almost no time to rearm and refuel, so you can use these pretty much non-stop. I got 2 5-bow seaplanes, 3 JH7 anti-tank cards. That should be well enough. And Miller over here is going to help me out here with a Sovvremenny. Looks like there's not too much else going on right now. I'm not seeing any naval units here. Doesn't mean they're not going to be there. I want to coordinate with Miller, with the Sovvremenny, because it has excellent seaways, and a ship alone, like the Sovvremenny, is going to be a major target. Whereas a Sovvremenny plus 3 Jiangyus is a little bit less susceptible to anti-ship missile fire. Now my speed is 24 knots. Sovvremenny seems slightly faster at 27. And by the looks of it, he wants to attack their fobs and get back. Which is a good idea because that neutralizes the napalm artillery capability. Now some other ships I want to bring in is a Hujan, because it has better sea-whiz and it has some nice anti-helicopter and anti-airplane range. Ludas are also nice with their long-range anti-ground gun or ground-range gun, 4900 meters, or some more Jangyus. I do have a Sovvremenny in this deck, but I don't want to bring it out just yet. And the others I got in here is command infantry and some QW1 infantry AA. Thermite's also pushing up with some Mi-35s. And we're almost in range to engage some of these guys. We can barely see them. Here we go. Gotta keep moving though. I could try to bring in a command vehicle here already, but I think it's a bit fast. Wuthry surrenders. That is one of ours, I guess. Yep. Wuthry left the game. Now one thing I don't have in this deck is a resupply ship, so I don't have a Moon here. You could say that's a bit of an oversight, but I have a lot of ships. And with that I'm hoping that I don't need any resupplies. So here we go, engaging the fobs. It's pretty much dirty warfare. I hadn't actually considered going for fobs quickly to neutralize artillery capability, but I think it's a great idea. That's one fob down. Now we're taking anti-ship missile. Sorry, we're taking seat fire from a prowler here. And I got him. Sovvremenny is also engaging with his main guns and AA capability. And this is actually just very, very dirty. I usually don't play like this, but I think it's fun to do it for a while. One lonely ship missile comes in from Super Itandar, easily gets wiped out. There's the rest of their fobs. Problem is this tree line. With that it's going to be pretty damn difficult to push in. So instead I'm going to start landing some forces. I'm going to use some Luzanduis here. 4 of these should be capable of defeating some of the infantry if there is any hiding in there. And we're just going to put all of our Jangyus, except for this one, is going to escort the Sovvremenny. And I'm going to neutralize this command zone so they can no longer bring in naval units. There's a command helicopter in the air. An Avenger. The ship. Hold. Command zone neutralized. Now I gotta keep the fleet together. This Jangyu is sailing right into my Jangyu. What the hell is that Sovvremenny doing? I'm also going to need to bring in some reconnaissance because I don't really have an eye on this sector. My helicopters with infantry are coming in. Can also bring in some AA, although the Sovvremenny should be capable of taking care of that. It should have long-range AA missiles, and now we're being RD'd. That's probably the K9 Thunders which I saw earlier. Let's see, what other units could I land here? What would be useful to have? I could land Legions, but I don't think I'm going to really need those. Recoilless rifles might be nice. Here comes an ASUW. Easily gets defeated. What I could use here is some longer range AA. Unfortunately I don't really have anything that can outrange the Jangyu. And bringing in a second Sovvremenny is just a waste of points at this stage. Now the problem I have is that I can only bring in my forces right there, so I'm going to have to push up a little bit. He's gonna cover that row with his Sovvremenny. I hope that they don't bring in too many anti-ship planes, or that Sovvremenny is gonna have a very, very bad day. Good idea to do some blind fire on this position. You never know what you're gonna hit. We might just spook that CV out of coming out of hiding. Bombardment's getting a little annoying, but it's not doing a lot of damage to my ships just yet. Recon helo. Come on, deploy quickly. Don't have all day. Jesus, how hard is it to deploy a helicopter? Thank you. Here comes a command unit. Let's bring in some naval AA, so that I quickly have naval or AA capability here. Get the Jiangyu back in. The sloping over here is really killing my AA capability. There it is. Come on, shoot it down. Got him. Let's also bring in some reconnaissance here. I believe you can spawn choppers from a naval zone, so let's do that. And first targets are coming up. Yeah, Bonbu command infantry. Don't really need to kill the supply truck, but might as well. Yep, you can spawn helicopters from this zone, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. A couple of marines here, but this is the main threat to my infantry. That LAV 7A1. Target down. I'm also going to need to bring in some logistics, but all I got is cargo trucks. Let's bring in some legions instead. Unfortunately, I don't have any real line of fire here. Shit, more of those LVTPs. Start running. Huge smoke screen being deployed by Thermite. Good play there. What I want to know is where that fire is coming from. Let's see, 3100 versus 1800 and 1900, so we're doing quite okay. Offload the AA infantry. Not a moment too soon. Not sure what a KF-16 wanted to do there. Let's bring in some tank shoes as well. Legions are pushing up. Liren's coming in. I'm going to try and keep these Luzanduis alive. There's the fobs. If I can capture a fob, that would be great. That should take care of all of my supply needs. He's deploying another smokescreen. Why? HQ coming. Theirs or ours? Probably ours. It's Miller saying that. And now Blue 4 is surrendering one by one. There's 3 guys left here. This is how quickly you can win a game. Doesn't happen often though, but you can. If you manage to pull off a naval unit like this. But I think that Red 4 has a slight advantage here, because I'm not sure that Blue 4 could do the same thing. Reason for that is that I can deploy some Jiangyu 3s, which are very decently priced and possibly overpowered ships for the price that you pay for them. And I don't see Blue 4 being capable of deploying anything like that, because these things, I would suppose you could say, vastly outclass the Oliver Hazard Perry. So I think that they're just a lot better than whatever Blue 4 can counter with. And therefore I think it's easier that Red 4 pulls off something like this than Blue 4. I'm going to try to use my helicopters here to deploy some more fire onto these positions. Getting my Luzanduis back to the fob. There's some Bacans. Unfortunately I don't have any helicopters in this area. So all I can bring in is these transports, which do have some armament, some of them. Not that many though. A lot of AA and infantry here. So we're going to need a mix of Luzanduis and Lijians. Everything's being rearmed, offload. And now we're spawning in their spawn. Okay, in that case, I don't really need those. What I need is armor or other types of vehicles. Sport, let's go with some HQ7s versus that Sea Cobra. Come on, kill that Cobra. Quick, gotcha. Before the Marines chew it up again. Kudos to DGS 9338 for not leaving. Okay, so what does Blue 4 have left? They only got that command zone. Probably means that there's quite a bit of stuff in there. Let's start getting these guys over to that side. Okay, Mr. Park surrenders. That just leaves DGC. Let's see, I got 900 points. Miller, 1300. Great push with him. Damn Sea Cobra. Come on, spawn in quickly. Come on. There you go. 1 shot, 2 kills. That's the HQ7 for you. Some US Marines. Now we need to pack up everything that we had in here and ship it back out. And he surrendered. So very, very quick game. Scored 1000 points, lost 405. You don't get a lot of 10v10s which end in a 20 point or in a less than 20 minute game. So I hope you enjoyed this gameplay. It was not exactly a clean and beautiful warfare video, but it is a way that you can win. Again, it's not something that I really enjoy doing, although it is nice being good at dirty warfare like this every now and then. Hope you enjoyed this video. Keep in mind that this can also happen to you. It did happen to me, and I just wanted to try it in reverse. So this was the video that outlined it. I'm going to copy the deck code that I'm using to the description below, so you can use it as well. Have a look at what's in my deck, because I didn't really get a chance to outline it yet. I might do that later, but for now I thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next video.